we must go to Eretz Israel, and it was called Eretz Israel, but very often also Palestine. And I don't think anybody thought much about what was there, but I think the information fed was that it was an empty land. All my life I thought I was going to go to Israel. I will make Aliyah, and finally I will go, which is my home, Eretz Israel. So in the early 1980s, I did go there with the intention of settling. The first thing I saw when I arrived, that some cars had blue car plates and some cars had yellow car plates. It was separate color, different color for the Jews, Israeli Jews, and different color for the Israeli Arabs. I was in utter shock because I thought, well, the Jews during the Nazi times were forced to wear a yellow star. So what's this differentiation color? But that was only one of the reasons. I met a Hungarian lady who was old, and she said to me, and I will never forget that we Jews and Arabs, we lived totally happily together until the Americans and Brits came in. And some things never change. Anyway, to cut the long story short, I came back and I decided not to settle. And I describe myself like a Zionist who's critical of the Israeli government. Now that was holding for a long time. Now obviously when the self-defense after the 7th October started, I was shocked about the intensity. On the 2nd of May 2025, our IGEN protest gathering, which had about 20-30 people, was confronted with about 80 or 100 Zionist people who were mobilized by the Board of Deputies, and there were a lot of non-Jews there, and they looked suspiciously as the far right with the St. George flags. So at that point I decided, that's it. If this is Zionism, then I'm not Zionist, I'm anti-Zionist. I mean, I can't be anti-Zionist unless I come to the conclusion that Zionism is racist. I actually don't believe in such a thing as two-state solution. I think that the only hope solution would be Palestine, with equal rights for Jews, Arabs, Palestinians. And do I hope? Yes, I do hope, because if I didn't hope, I wouldn't carry on my activism.